What I find in martial arts is most people unintentionally are mentally lazy. There's an awareness you have to have in martial arts to be good at it. I had an old instructor that used to spar with me, and when I first started learning from him, he would just light me up. And the reason he would light me up is because I didn't have the focus to maintain that awareness for the entire sparring session, which tended to be very long. And what he always used to tell me was, he'd laugh and he'd go, you know, I hit you between your thoughts. It took me a long time to understand that. What he really meant was like when you're focused on something, and then you had that mental lapse for a second. He would watch, and he'd watch for you to come out of your focus, and when you had that mental lapse, he'd come get you. And that's what you're trying to avoid. So this is how you practice it. In a lot of martial arts, we have people who feed. What I mean by that is, it's my job just to throw like a singular punch at him, and he gets out of the way. So I go like this. And people get into these motor sets where they start doing this, and they get bored, and they get mentally lazy, and they don't pay attention to what's going on. So they're just going through the motion like this over and over and over again. And so for that entire drill, your mind is off. You got to envision it's like a light switch. Like, you want the light switch on, because if your light switch is off, when someone attacks you, you have to turn the light switch back on. That takes time. If the light switch is already on, you're ready to go. Whenever you do a drill, no matter what you're doing, if it's something very simple like this where I'm attacking, every time I attack him, I'm paying attention. I'm always expecting the fact that maybe he's going to punch me in the face, because someday that's probably going to happen. And you never turn that off. I'm paying attention as I go back. As I come at him again, I'm paying attention, and then I'm paying attention as I go back. Even if I throw a full committed punch, I'm still paying attention all the time. You can't just turn that off. It's got to be conscious so that you know that you're paying attention, man. It's so important. When you have those little lapses in your brain, that's when you get clipped and you won't even see it. So let me show you a little drill I like to do that teaches this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to punch at him. And as I punch at him, he's going to move. But me, I'm looking for the next one. So as he punches, I keep my mind on it. But I'm looking for my next punch. So as I punch, he moves. And then my mind is on this. I'm still looking for it. And I punch to him. And he punches to me, and I punch to him. Now see, he had a lag there. Like he wasn't looking. And I hit him, right? Because like his brain shut off for a second because he's listening to me ramble. And it just put him to sleep. That's the key, right? Like, and this is the basic version of this. When you get into this, you can add kicks and elbows and grappling, and et cetera, et cetera. That's not the point. But the point is every time someone throws at you, you should have your mind involved. So he's looking, and I'm looking, and you want to do this for long, long periods of time. If you can do this for a half hour or so, it's like a meditation to keep your brain focused all the time. If you get used to turning that brain off between techniques, you'll do that when you spar. And you'll do that when you fight, and there'll be openings, and you won't like it because you're going to get whacked when you're not paying attention. You know, like I said, get hit between the thoughts. It's always bad. So any drill you do, no matter how simple it is, no matter if you're the feeder or you're the guy retaliating, you have to be focused all the time. And if you're doing a drill that goes back and forth, just a simple one where he punches at me, I should be looking, and I punch at him now, I should be looking. He punches at me, and that mind never turns off. Ever. When it does, that's when you get hit. I'm telling you, that is one of the most important things you can learn in martial arts. I don't care how good your technique is. I don't care how good you train and how much you know. If you lose focus in the middle of that combat and you can't see what's going on, you're going to get taken out by someone who is paying attention.
Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, I think you'll find these next two very helpful in your training.